Hello, everybody, and welcome to Western Oklahoma Sports Night. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, here with you, and it is a wonderful time of year, maybe my favorite time of year, because as much as I love sports and as much as I love calling sports for the Weatherford Eagles and for Wright Media, after the sports season's over, that means I get to get out on the links more often, and that is a great time to do so in Western Oklahoma. And it's one of those times where you can kind of duck around the storms and be able to not get lightning struck when you're swinging your irons out on a course. It's a great day. But one of the reasons that I love this time of year also is because so many great scramble events occur. And really, when I look at what I pay for golf, to me, the scrambles are a fun time and a real bang for your buck. But generally, they're also going to a great cause. And that's why I bring on our guest here, Ronda Smicklas, who is with the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation. Ronda, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming back. Second year in a row we've had you here. You've got a lot on your plate right now.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you. We go back a little ways, Chuck, so I appreciate you.
Yeah, we mentioned this last year, and if you're just catching, what's going on with the Officials versus Cancer golf tournament, Ronda's father was a police supervisor for many, many years. His name was Larry Don Larimore, and he was my very first supervisor the night that I hit the streets as a 22-year-old punk. And he had 25 years on the department at that time, but he set me aside and said, don't hesitate to ask questions. If you need something, tell me. And he really was a great influence on my career. So I hope your father's doing well.
Thank you. We're dating ourselves a little bit here, but yeah.
Well, you were only 3 at the time.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, he's doing well, and I appreciate you again for having us on, having me on, and letting me talk about Officials versus Cancer and Children's Health Foundation, both of which are, causes that are obviously very close to my heart. I'm very passionate about it. And so this year, again, we're going to have our tournament on June 27th out at the Prairie West Golf course out there with you guys in Weatherford. And if you're not familiar with the Officials versus Cancer, those guys, Leland Searcy and Daryl Teal, set this up back in 2017 when Leland found out that his neighbor's child was diagnosed with cancer, pediatric cancer, and he did some research and he learned that unfortunately, with federal funding, about 96% of all federal funding for cancer research goes to adult cancer research, and only about 4% goes to the pediatrics. And so he decided he was going to do something about that. And since he is an official who calls, youth sports, he decided what better way to pitch in than work with children and try to support pediatric cancer research. And so he started Officials versus Cancer, and Daryl teamed up with him, and they've been working for 8 or 9 years, and they teamed up with Children's Health Foundation. And so they do different fundraisers throughout the year, but their big one is their golf tournament. And so we're going to roll into Weatherford on the 27th and do a scramble out there. We've got some great prizes. We've got some great sponsorships. We're going to serve food and just have a great day out there. Everything that we raise is going to stay in the state of Oklahoma. Not a penny goes outside of the state. And you guys, I don't know if your listeners realize it, but you've got families out there in Weatherford and the surrounding areas who've been treated by doctors, that we support here at Children's. The Bridgmans, I don't believe they mind if I mention their name. Yeah,
you mentioned them, and I live in Thomas, and you mentioned that they live in Thomas as well, 20 miles north of Weatherford. So you mentioned Lila Bridgman. Talk about their story a little bit.
Yeah, sweet Lila was diagnosed with cancer as an infant, and she's made it through her treatment. She obviously still has checkups and sees our doctors here at Children's, but they are part of our Miracle Family program, and so we see them quite often. They're part of, like I said, our family, and she's been treated, and she'll be out there with us that day. She loves to sell lemonade, so she's got a lemonade stand she'll bring out, and her sisters will come, and they'll sell cookies and lemonade, and and she's the reason why we do what we do. Her mom will share their story more in depth that day. And so, they're just a great family. All of our miracle families, we stay close with them. And there are other families out in Weatherford that have been treated for other reasons and in the surrounding areas. CHF has been around for 40 plus years, raising funds for the healthcare, research and treatment of children all throughout the state of Oklahoma. We reach kiddos in all 77 counties of the state. So from Woodward down all across, we are dedicated to bringing in top-notch physicians, researchers, and our real mission is that no family should ever have to leave the state for treatment.
Yeah.
We want to keep families together, and we want them to stay here, and get the best possible care that they can get.
Yeah, because I mean, in any given day, you might see a commercial for St. Jude or for other agencies and things like that. And I'm sure they're in Memphis. I'm sure that would be a real tax on an Oklahoma family. The Jimmy Everest Cancer Center, and then also the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation, you guys are really providing, something for families dealing with this terrible thing.
Absolutely. And not only when we talk about, Jimmy Everest and the treatment that happens there, we also work very closely with OK Kids Corral, which then, helps keep families who are maybe they're needing to travel from Weatherford. Maybe they're needing to travel outside, their communities. They're allowed to then also have a place to stay while they're in treatment. So, our reach is pretty wide.
Yeah. Well, and everything we're talking about is increasingly costly. And so these type of fundraisers are pretty vital to agencies like the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Officials versus Cancer, they've raised over the last 7 or 8 years, just alone of over $88,000, which is incredible when you think about it. And then with matching funds that they've received over the years, the number, if we did the math, a lot higher than that. And we're talking about every penny of that has, stayed here in the state, which is incredible.
Yeah.
When you're talking about some of the other names that you've mentioned, those funds leave the state when you donate to those other organizations. Children's Health Foundation, we are a staff of 9 people. We've raised, in 2023, we raised over $6 million. And all of that is due to the help of people like you for getting me on and helping me spread the word, for Officials versus Cancer, for all of our partners who help us do what we do, who help us get the word out, who organize, fundraisers for us. And that's what it's all about. It's about community.
Yeah, it is. And, this is the second year, correct, that the Officials versus Cancer golf tournament has been at Prairie West in
Correct.
Weatherford. Talk about like the outreach, not just in Weatherford, because I know Weatherford is a tight community. They're particularly the golfers. I can't crack it. I can't crack into them. So
Yeah.
I'm not good enough. No,
Yeah.
I mean, they do a lot of stuff. And then also, you're talking about a lot of other communities out here. What's the goal for these officials, these gentlemen you mentioned, as far as like bringing in people from other areas as well?
Well, we would obviously love to get the word out. Like you said, I mean, this was new to me to learn that Western Oklahoma's got such a big golf community. Obviously,
Not much else to do out here but ranch.
Yeah. When we're trying to look for our date out there with you guys, we have a very small window, because you guys do a lot of scrambles and couples tournaments and things out there. So we would just love to have everybody get more involved. We've got, I think one thing that's very easy to have people get involved in is when you talk about children's health. I've been in, up here in my neck of the woods in Oklahoma City asking for donations, and I've got, Hidden Trails has said, yes, we'll donate to your tournament out in Weatherford, Edmond, Winter Creek. I mean, all of these places, 5 Iron up here in Yukon, absolutely. They want to donate to this golf tournament. And so we've got guided fishing trips. We've got, just donations from everywhere. And so I'm just trying to spread the word. I not only want, to grow the tournament in Weatherford, but I also want people out here to know about Weatherford and about Prairie West and how, great the communities out there are.
Sure.
I think all of our partnerships should always be, mutual partnerships. And so we've got some great great prizes. Like I said, golf bags. Kelly Jewelers has kicked in. Heart and Home Bakery is going to donate for our
the cookies. I heard
the cookies. Yeah. So
you had me at cookies.
yeah, and I'm excited to try those because they have a reputation as being very delicious.
They have amazing food at
Yeah.
Heart and Home Bakery. In fact, I might have to step down there today and get a cinnamon roll.
PGA Superstore's kicked in a year membership, and so I just think that I just think we can come together as
For sure. And I think, when you're talking about, because I've called enough sports in Western Oklahoma, and I kind of see how the officials interact, the officials that come to the game. I've seen how they interact with coaches and administrators and people in the crowds and stuff. And, I'm sure they know a lot of people, but, one thing about these type of deals is, you're not just paying to go play golf. Like you mentioned, there are some great chances of some prizes. I know as always, as with these scrambles, there's always a hole-in-one contest and the closest to the pin, longest putt and longest drive. And I tell you, the alpha dogs that show up out at the golf course really love going for those longest drive trophies and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's go longest drive no matter where it lands, right?
I might be in the runnings if it doesn't have to be on the fairway. No. But anyways, we're talking to Ronda Smicklas. She is with the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation, and they do a lot of great work. And they are having their Officials versus Cancer golf tournament benefiting Jimmy Evers Cancer Center and the CHF as well. It's $500 per four-person team, $100 hole sponsor. It's June 27th. You talked about some of the donations. I mean, just some more of those. You've got like I heard you say something about a package of Boiling Springs. I've been dying to go up there and play there.
Yep, I've got Prairie West. Obviously, is going to kick in some stuff. We've got a guided fishing trip. Sayers kicked in. We've got Chickasaw Point, Winter Creek, Hidden Trails, Boiling Springs, Elk City's kicked in. We've got a great golf bag, worth about $300. I've got a Bluetooth golf speaker that's going to go in. I've got Kendra Scott's kicked in. We've got the like I said, PGA Superstore's kicked in some gift cards along with their membership that they do that'll let you come up there and practice. I think it'll let you practice daily in their hitting bays.
Yeah.
5 Iron has donated some gift cards and then some bay time as well, which that's really fun. I don't know if anybody's gotten to get up in there, go up and hang out up there, but I'm just trying to get my golfing back in line, and so I can go up there and play some Candy Crush golf and try to
okay. There you go.
So you can play hundreds, if not thousands, of courses up there, and then mess around like I like to.
There you go.
Kicking Birds, got some passes, and so we're still working on getting some more of those secured. Fingers crossed we can get some more great prizes there, and then we've got some stuff in there for the ladies that I'm working on. So it's going to be a really fun day with lots of great prizes. Barbecue Shed's going to do lunch, like I said. So it's going to be a great day.
It really is. And I'll be out there. I'll be out there. Don't know if I'm going to swing a club or not. The old back's been locked up, but definitely would love to be out there and do anything I could to help promote you guys' event. And we'll get this out on the page as well and get it promoted. It is June. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, we'll include some drink tickets in with your cart, with your, you'll get a couple drink tickets and a raffle tickets with your entries. So, come out.
Yeah. And it is a great time, and it is the second year in a row they will be throwing this event out at Prairie West Golf Course. It is June 27th. The check-in time will be 7:30 a.m. Shotguns start at 8 a.m. And it's always a good day to be out at Prairie West golfing, and especially for a good cause like the Officials versus Cancer golf tournament. And it benefits Jimmy Evers Cancer Center and the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation. Rhonda, thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. And we sure appreciate you and everything you're working on getting going out here in Western Oklahoma.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your partnership, and I appreciate you and everybody out there. Let me know. Just get in touch. We've got team spots, and we'd love to have everybody.
Yeah, and we will share. We have shared, and we'll share it again. The brochure on our webpage and our social media pages. It's a really nicely done big green brochure. It tells you all the information and who to contact, and get your teams out there and help a great cause. And like Rhonda said, it's not just in general. There are specific families right here in our communities in Western Oklahoma that can say that they have benefited from this foundation. So Rhonda, be safe. Thank you. And we'll talk to you on June 27th.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.
She is Ronda Smicklas. She is with the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation, and we appreciate her coming on the show. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog. This has been Western Oklahoma Sports Night. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive, and we'll talk to you real soon.